Another metaphor for taking someone down the straight line. You might have heard me mention this briefly. I've never really dug into this content before publicly, right? I call it the scales. The idea that on some level, there's like this scale in a prospect's mind. So watch. So if this is a scale, those old-fashioned scales, right? This is called your bar, your balance bar, right? Your bar, right? And every scale has what's called a fulcrum. And the fulcrum is that point right here in the middle, right? And the fulcrum is what's balancing either side, right? So imagine when someone enters the encounter, right? They typically enter an encounter with preconceived notions, right? They're not absolutely certain. They're not absolutely uncertain. They're somewhere in the middle based on everything they've seen, heard, experienced themselves, or just heard at the corner of their ear, and their mom or your dad. They come in with preconceived notions. So those preconceived notions, let's write that down here. Preconceived notions. And I still have the worst handwriting in the world, even with certification, right? Preconceived notions. Okay? So watch. Those preconceived notions manifest themselves in what's called having logical reasons to buy now. There's actual reasons that they run through their mind, these logical reasons as to why it makes sense to buy now. And the operative word there is now. Okay? So these pluses represent your logical reasons to buy now. And also, there's always this emotional component. So you also have these emotional reasons to buy now. And by the way, I'm just stacking them up here. I'm just giving you a visual. Who knows how many there really are? It depends on the situation and on the person. But there are these reasons to buy now, right? And conversely, they also enter the encounter having skepticism. Have reasons not to buy now. And these can be logical reasons and emotional reasons. Right? And in the beginning, based on someone's preconceived notions, right? These could be balanced somewhat. They could be slightly weighted towards the positive, slightly weighted towards the negative. But all things being equal, with a really big scale, if this slightly outweighs this, or this slightly, it's not enough to really tip it. It might go like this a little bit, but it's not going to fall down. And so what would be a hard, let's do it, is if this outweighed this, and bam, this went down and fell like a seesaw, this went up, right? That would be someone saying, let's do it. The scale collapses, let's do it, right? Conversely, if someone has all these reasons not to do it, and very few too, that's like a hard no. Where boom, it collapses, no, not interested, hard, and it's basically just, they're not even in the game, right? Most of the time, what happens is you end up somewhere in the middle. They have reasons they want to buy, reasons they don't want to buy. There's both sides of the equation, right? So what's happening here is, now let's draw a little mini straight line up here. This is your open, this is your close, right? As you move someone down the straight line from the open to the close, everything you say, everything you do, what you're really doing is you're knocking out negatives, building up more positives. With each pattern you run, everything you get it, you're constantly, as you move closer and closer, you keep knocking this stuff out until you knock enough of it out and add enough positives, bam, the scale falls and boom, they say, yes, let's do it. And interestingly enough, it could be like this one last thing that you said that gave the scale just enough weight, or one last negative you took out, and it tips over, and you got yourself a close. Progress is being made the whole way through. It's just not apparent. And one of the things that really, it dejects salespeople is they don't realize they're making progress while their prospect is hitting them with objections. You're making massive progress. It's just below the surface. It's not visible yet. But when you're running this strategy and you're running your loops and you're moving down the straight line, you're building up positives. It means you're saying reasons why they should buy, all the good things. Removing seeds of doubt, knocking out the negatives, right? And eventually, it's that one thing, bam, the scale drops and they buy.